Hello, everyone, and welcome to ZSR Main. Today we've got Game 2 of the Grand Finals of the Zelda Randomizer Max Rando Tournament 2023 between MiRai and jkoper. I'm Star. Our two commentators tonight are Eleanor and Nightcrawler. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm excited. Might maybe have a winner today, maybe not. How you feeling, Nightcrawler?
I'm feeling good. I can see MiRai up and pacing like he's about to get into a boxing ring. You see that on his
Yeah,
video?
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like you gotta stretch out. You gotta be ready. You're gonna be sitting down a bunch. You gotta make sure everything is good. Wipe your hands, make sure they're doing good, and
Yeah. Oh man, is he gonna go to the chalk next?
I don't think he has any chalk in his setup. His setup is actually really impressive. You tune into
Yeah.
his stream, sometimes he'll show off the kind of setup that he has in front of the camera, but he runs entirely on hardware, and has his own tracker on a tablet that he set up. That's all
Yeah.
connects into his stream overlay, and so you could just tap on things as he goes, and it works. At least 70% of the time.
Now, unfortunately, we can't see jkoper's set up quite yet. He hasn't started. He hasn't started streaming yet. Is that correct?
Yep, he's unfortunately had to step away for a minute to not specify what specifically, but he will be back shortly.
Well, cool. All right, just making sure that I'm not the only one not saying Cobra. Um,
It's always good to check, but no, hopefully it's nothing too urgent, and he should be back shortly.
yeah. So some people are typing exclamation gems in the chat, and yeah, Big Slam is quite happy about the answer to that little question, and there's more to be happy about. There's much more to be happy about, especially for a
Yeah,
math
Spoilers,
sadist like
guys.
me.
yeah. Well, I can neither confirm or deny anything that the bot is mentioning right now, but we have seen the result of this start in advance, and it'll be a fun one. I'm sure both of our runners are hoping for this jump count to be accurate. The the last 5 or 6 races in a row have been very very low jump counts, to the frustration of I think all of the runners.
I can't wait. You know, if they're gonna struggle for the title here, this is potentially the last game of the tournament, or it could be the second to last game if Cooper can pull in a win here. I don't like to spoil the last game, but considering where we are, there's really there's really nothing I can say about this particular game without mentioning who won the last game. So
Yeah,
Mariah,
I think it's marked on the stream
oh
too.
yeah,
It
So
is. I actually remembered that today because I forgot yesterday. Oops.
yeah, for
awesome.
players who missed the first race yesterday, only 20 seconds separating these two runners.
It was so cool. I didn't get a chance to watch it yesterday, so I felt like I had to watch it today, and I was not disappointed at all. Considering where it was like 5 minutes before the end of the game, even I had no conception that they would ever finish within 30 seconds of each other, let alone almost 20 seconds. It was so cool.
Yeah, jkoper has won a number of races this tournament, being behind coming into GP and then just routing GP better. How much of that is skill or luck is to be determined. And GP can be GP sometimes, but for sure he has won a lot of races. And even in the previous race, jkoper really cut off, at least 5 minutes of MiRai's lead in that GP by just taking the right route first.
Yep. Yeah, so considering all the history, recent and not so recent history, it's really anyone's game. I mean, these are both monsters of their craft. Their craft being 8 by 16 pixel links dropping around and or trogdors and stabbing things in the face. And yeah, anything could happen, but a lot of pressure on this one.
Yeah, whoever wins, we are going to have a new champion. Neither of these runners have won previously. We have our previous Max Rando champion in chat here.
And whoever wins, if I'm not mistaken, actually gets to kiss Elendar, recreating the end of Zelda 2. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure. It'll just be behind the curtain, so you'll have to trust me.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I love the little goose icons. Well, no sign of jkoper yet. I think if this were like a 90s 90s show, this is when like something happened and like, oh my gosh, I'm about to go on, but oh no, my daughter, she got held up by a bank robber, and now I've got to go save the day and make it back to the tournament just in time. Do you like that little narration that I came up with just there, or should we try something else?
I mean, I'm not the creative one. We can definitely outsource that.
Okay, excellent. So you know what? Why not? Chat, tell us, why is jkoper, if jkoper is the protagonist of a 90s movie, why is he late for this tournament? What's keeping him up? And I'm not saying this to throw shade. I just think it's fun. I mean, it's 3 minutes, whatever, or 5 minutes, whatever. I mean, I see poop as a possible reason.
Yeah, you don't want to be taking a bathroom break in the middle of a race. It's happened before. Not recommended.
I mean, MiRai's got a heck of a setup. He could set that up too, right? He could get some kind of waist high curtain on stream and some kind of modified wheelie chair. Just make sure you don't like run over the bag that hangs from the wheelie chair. Oh, here we go. Cool.
Oh yeah, we have confirmation that jkoper's back. Just getting this setup going now, so we should be good to go in a few minutes.
All right, Pickles was saying he's parachuting into his chair. I like that. Training montage. Chadwick saying that one. Nasty weather, Aaron. Okay. If we're going with nasty weather, it could be like he's got to go make up with his girlfriend at the airport before she flies away, and then she's going to come and cheer him on. Right at the very end of the race, and it's going to make all the difference or something like that. All right, I think we're set. Enough of my BSing, I suppose.
Yep. jkoper's just getting his setup ready. Both of these runners play on hardware, so takes a couple minutes to get everything loaded up and set, ready to go.
Right. Pickleman saying he's hiding the bodies. Now, I did say a 90s movie. I didn't say early 2000s.
Yeah, that's right on there. Oh, dude. What if we could get Eye of the Tiger in Zelda 2 Randomizer as an 8-bit version of the song? Music shuffle is one of those things that would be really nice to get going and is also like 100% out of my wheelhouse as far as things go. I know there are some people interested in it.
Yeah.
But
Victor has said he would try to get something done if it was possible.
I know there are a few people looking at it. I think the big question from a technical perspective, I don't know how to do it, but anyone who wants to contribute, who knows a little bit about how to do stuff on the NES, anything about 6502 assembler, hit us up on the Discord. The Z2 development channel is always buzzing with stuff that's going on. So, all right, we're about to get going in just a second here. Just to answer a question from chat, this is the grand finals of the Zelda 2 Randomizer tournament for 2023 for the Max Rando tournament. MiRai is up 1-0 in this best of 3, and we are off. We've got 6 gems and our best friend, the beeping.
Beep strats. Let's hope for no hearts. Now they do have boots, so they can avoid some encounters. That's going to be a real help. And they've got Maze Island, which is basically Treasure Island, especially when you have boots.
This seed immediately wide open.
Oh.
And a GP sighting, that's helpful, but with 6 gems needed to place, they're going to need to come back there later.
Yeah, you know, I question how helpful that is when you have to play all 6 gems and, you know, getting...
An incredibly rude Invincible Lemur taking MiRai out.
That's awesome. We have first blood and second blood. Yeah, so as I was saying, these guys are going to have to bleed for their championship. And there's going to be a lot of bodies.
Yeah, although I have to say, this particular set of flags that came up definitely favors MiRai, I think. He has been doing a lot of low life practice. He was saying he was hoping for lots of gems to get a little bit more of a showcase of what he could do. But right now, both runners accomplishing the same thing, death.
Okay, we got a magic container. That brings them one step closer to being able to cast Thunder, which can prevent hits. Remember that Thunder not only kills enemies, it also clears bullets. So if they're on their toes, they can basically double their life count by using it, sort of like a bomb in a shoot 'em up.
Yeah, MiRai goes back to Maze Island, just goes to the same cave he was at before. I think maybe he couldn't remember quite what tile it is, but yeah, jkoper unsuccessful in Magic Container Cave is going to try out Maze Island instead. A heart!
Maze Island, you traitor!
MiRai has doubled his health capacity and found a bridge to the east.
Oh, well, at least it's full of lava and graves, so there's that.
All right, this is a wide open one. MiRai finds new Kasuto, not going to be able to get the spell because he already has it. 6 containers for the base set.
Hopefully there's no more hearts. They're not the doctor. 2 hearts is one too many for these guys.
Dash spell into Runia, so we're going to need a kid if we want to go fast.
Yeah. You know, if you've ever been at an amusement park, that is correct. They will try to get you going as fast as amusement park as possible. So I think that's correct, sir.
Yep, Thunder's still woefully uncastable. MiRai probably going to need to pick up a magic level sooner or later. Even just having one cast of it could be really helpful.
Yeah. You know what we saw there on MiRai's screen a second ago, where he was getting out of the random encounter, and he got hit by one of the aches, which is the bat, and he didn't die. That's what's wrong with giving racers 2 hearts. So we're just gonna have to make some adjustments to the randomizer in the future. If MiRai and jkoper are playing against each other, just 1 heart.
MiRai has some choice words for his stream that you can't hear as he successfully beams one of the invisible boas, only to immediately get bonked by the other.
jkoper has found the one worthless hint. East has a pea bag.
Yeah, also going to pick up Fairy Spell here, which is going to be very helpful.
Now, it used to be this way. I could be mistaken, but the randomizer is supposed to give 2 useful hints. Sorry, 3 useful hints and 1 not useful hint. Correct?
No,
less useful.
It might be. I know there aren't any deceptive hits or anything like that,
right.
But there,
I
I
mean, like pea bag or heart or magic containers considered.
Yeah, I think it's just that there's at most one of the minor items is in the hints.
Yeah,
and I'd have to go through one of the things that could be done is maybe we could get some more helpful hints or some less helpful hints. You get new community hints in here and have people submit all kinds of nonsense.
Now, what I'm wondering, you did mention MiRai taking a game over. We are commentating the right game, right? This is the finals, right? Like these are the winners.
Yeah, it turns out Zelda 2, especially on low levels, is extremely brutal.
Sorry, I just had to. You know, because I know Mariah's gonna hear that someday, and he's gonna shake his fist at the screen. So I had to do that.
All right, trophy is in the west.
Why are the options 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 hearts? Can we not have just 2? Darn.
I mean, it is possible. The randomizer determines the maximum number of hearts as a random number between your starting hearts and 8, with equal weights to each of the values. So with one starting heart, all of the possible numbers of additional hearts are equivalently weighted.
Right. That did not win the poll, surprisingly. Yeah. Yeah, there's more options. Oh, I didn't see. Sorry, on my side, it just showed the last 2 options. My mistake. Was no winner, but we will be the winner if it stays at 2.
Yeah, certainly. Some of these runners might think so as well. jkoper finds the raft. I don't think that's going to end up being too useful at this point. I mean, they still need to find a way to Death Mountain, theoretically, but not necessarily.
You never know. Could come handy.
Both runners now have devolved to just going back to the west and checking all these caves. There are 6 overworld items in the west, and so it's a good idea to just pick them all up, especially when they're so easily accessible by crossing these rivers.
All right, MiRai survived that bop after a good kill, good catch and kill on that that flying eyeball. You do not want to catch and release those. That tends to go badly.
Yeah, MiRai makes that trophy hint useful for a solid 1 minute as he picks up his trophy.
Trophy in Trophy Cave. Makes sense.
Yeah,
I guess
it does happen.
All right, Harkatana Cave for Cope.
I didn't actually see what spell this was here for MiRai with the trophy, but he seems interested enough to go back and get it. Star confirming that it is jump spell.
Yeah, I'd get it. You know what? I was actually thinking earlier about possible new rooms, and I thought about a cool room design that was jump or fairy blocked.
Neat.
And fairy you'd go under near some lava and drippers, over, and jump you'd go over with some fighting. Yeah,
we would need to make some modifications to make that work, because currently the logic cannot support that. But it could easily. It's a one of the things that I would like to change going forward is making the logic a little bit more sophisticated about things like key blocks or rooms with multiple options to progress.
Oh yeah, I know that's one of the last things that Dig Shake was looking into was possibly like improving that logic for different types of blocks and stuff. I think he wanted to telegraph it at the start of dungeons.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
it's definitely a thing you could do. A little bit of tile magic, but.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so jkoper gets his trophy. MiRai's going to show us Medicine Cave. Gets attack 3.
Attack 3 was way more than Koper has right now. You know me, I'm a big attack fan. Oh god, what is this, guys?
I mean, the answer to your question, what is this, is likely.
Yeah, I guess, but can't we have our 1 in 64 chance of rolling just one starting Harkatainer and then one maximum Harkatainer? That's 1 in 8. That's 1 in 64, right?
Yeah, it is 1 in 64.
And 64 is a good number. Because Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Still loving the Trogdor sprite. Going into P-Bag Cave over here. Have we seen P-Bag Cave yet?
I don't think we have seen P-Bag Cave from MiRai.
This could be pretty interesting.
It's certainly laggy cave.
It's a dangerous P-Bag Cave as far as they go.
Oh yeah, Bouncy Cat almost bopping him.
Yeah. Gosh, that was half his health from a bouncy cat. Okay, well, don't die with that experience in your pocket.
P1 sighting, not in logic. We haven't seen any keys from the enemy drops, so MiRai gonna pass it on. He is gonna need either the any key or the fairy spell before any palaces are in logic. We know jkoper found the fairy spell out in the east, but MiRai is gonna have to either revisit that or find a any key before he's gonna be able to do any of these palaces. But he's gonna be able to equip himself pretty well. Gonna get downstab here.
Now, I do want to say thank you to all the people in chat right here for joining us, and the people who aren't in chat who are just watching for joining this race. This is one of the big ones of the year, potentially one of the big 3 or so races that we have throughout the whole year. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and this tournament will be ending this week, but we do have another one coming up, as we always do. We can have more about that later.
Oh yeah. All right, MiRai has visited the church. He's said his confessions. Probably not enough of them, and I think he got downstab.
Yeah, MiRai did get a hint here in this sound, but I didn't catch what it was.
Oh, I guess that's what I'm supposed to do too.
Yeah.
Preemptive P2.
Oh, hint. Star says it was a hint for the raft. Thanks.
Okay. Oh, interesting spell cast. That was actually kind of nice for jkoper. He turned a bubble into a red iron knuckle, and I think he turned a red iron knuckle into a red iron knuckle. And one hit each, and he was able to cash that out, get his level, and up and out of there. That's pretty slick. If you're going into a palace and it doesn't work out, you make lemons out of lemonade.
Yeah, I know jkoper has made some neat use of the spell previously. It's one of those things where like you don't really want to go pick it up, but if you have it to start, and you can do some cool stuff with it. So MiRai is going to go into this palace.
So if spell turns enemies into red iron knuckles in the palaces, outside the palaces, is going to be red Dyrus?
I don't know. I can check the indexes.
Yeah, it's probably more important things to do right now, unless you acted on your arm or something.
Yeah, the spell and also the drippers can do some interesting things because they spawn the enemy at the same ID, regardless of where they are, but different continents have different meanings for what those enemy numbers mean.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. Ooh, look at this.
Okay, so MiRai not necessarily going to have to go back to the east to get fairy spell if he ends up discovering this grass tile, and I think he is going to go check it. I think it's like right next to where he is.
I gotta say that item might end up being key in this game.
All right, sorry, it is just reflect, but our runners are going to need it, so jkoper is going to cross and pick it up.
Nice.
Did MiRai not get reflect there? I have to assume he did, right? He passed the town. I didn't actually see.
I mean, he's gonna have to get it at some point with 6 gems.
Yeah.
I was looking at jkoper's. He did.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Oh no, MiRai is continuing up the coast here. See, this grass tile is in one of these really on a lot of these island biomes. You search around the edges and you follow the lakes and whatever. But it's very easy to miss something in the middle of the map, which is where this grass tile is.
That would be an interesting advantage for jkoper.
Yeah, we'll see if MiRai works his way around to it. He found the exit to the east again, but he knows that there's still a grass tile out here somewhere. But where is it?
Oh, Lost, I'm sorry. I was just telling a horrible pun. I'm so sorry.
King's Tomb here. Horsehead neighs with the candle. Cool.
The candle, if they had one arcane, it would kind of be a good item, but
Okay. Keys are in the large enemy pool here.
Which it probably won't matter, but for MiRai...
Assuming MiRai can find this magical key, it definitely does not matter, but
Yeah.
he is not going the right direction to find it.
Here's what I'm worried about. If he gets a couple keys from the drop pool, which, I mean, this is his first key he's gotten, so that might not happen. He might feel confident going into the palaces before he gets the any key and slow himself down considerably. But he just saw the grass tile, so he should go straight to it after this.
Okay, and he's going to pick up Shield Spell here as well. Yeah, and this will be the end of his Western exploration. So we should see both our runners into palaces shortly. jkoper already with the magical key, just picking up some of this stuff that MiRai already did, like downstab, and probably within a minute or so of each other, we're going to see both our runners back into palaces.
Stay a while and listen. Have a pogo stick. All right, we found our friends here. I'm glad that MiRai did not reflexively up and out of this town.
Yeah, that could be a bit spooky. You definitely do want to check that extra hint.
Oh God.
Okay, there you go.
I was gonna walk away from it. Oh my gosh.
All right. MiRai's got the Eddie key. jkoper found Medicine Cave. I think this is his last item cave here.
You know, yeah. I bet now that he has the Eddie key, he thinks he can do anything, you know. But I mean, just opens any door, so.
Yeah, big question here remains, where's the glove? Non-zero chance that even with this any key, MiRai decides he's just going to go east and start looking there, because there's palaces there he needs to do as well. Okay, he hadn't found this P-bag cave either, so.
This could, wow, 500, and then he's gonna get 200 at the end of this cave. He's definitely walking out of this cave with attack 4, which is gonna be pretty nice.
Yeah, for sure.
He might even be able to pick up another level beyond that, but we'll see. No, not quite, but it'll be close. It's gonna tempt him to walk out of the cave, which he might otherwise not have done.
Yeah, we know that GP is fairly close to start, so it doesn't really matter too much what order you do the palaces in, because you can always just up A and you're right there.
Yep, I mean with any key, with the reflect spell, but of course the glove is still MIA, which it was for quite a while yesterday. So we could have some wild palaces here.
Okay, so. MiRai doing P1 first. We know that this is junk. But I don't know if MiRai knows that it's junk. I know jkoper got that hint.
That would be interesting if he ended up looking for the item because of that. And jkoper is also
right away, so
awesome. jkoper is simultaneously entering his first palace. It's pretty. I mean, like for realsies the first time. Like he peeked into a palace earlier. Might have been this palace actually. But yeah, very interesting that they entered the palace like within 5 seconds of each other.
Oof, 7 points or 70 points is the reward from killing a boss.
Not great. Okay, he's throwing away the experience, and it looks like he's gonna keep digging.
Yeah, MiRai didn't get that hint that this is the candle, so he is going to spend a little bit of unnecessary time digging this out. Thankfully, this is P1, and it's the shortest of the palaces, as jkoper finds another heart container.
So healthy. Look at these guys. These are Genki right now. Oh, is he just... Okay, sorry. I guess it's down 2 where he is. This could be... I think... Despite this being P1 and being the shortest palace, this could be a pretty big fumble at this point in the game.
Yeah, what MiRai's looking for is not to fall into the lava, but also he's looking for a fork here, right? It's one of those things where it's not guaranteed that a palace has a fork in it, but if it doesn't, then it
No.
needs to be a gigantic linear path leading all the way to the item room, which is definitely not what you want. So
On jkoper's side, there was a Guma to the left that was off screen, and he needed some room to make a particular jump to the right over some lava. And every time he tried to do that, he would on screen the Guma and its hammers, or at least bring it into memory. I don't know if the hammers actually came on the screen, and it slowed down his game as soon as he was starting to hold right to try to get that that jump. And it was a very tricky jump, so he just ended up leaving. That's just kind of sad, though. He would have made that jump normally, but the lag coming in and out was really preventing him from doing that.
yeah, the NES is a fabulous machine, I'll tell you what. Okay, MiRai taking it up A. He did find, I'm fairly certain, a loop. So he is going to go to the left here at the start.
Speaking of gotta have heart, jkoper, he got the heart container, but he decided, no, it's not fair for me to have more heart containers than MiRai, and he just decided to go around with 0 HP. So
yeah, I mean, if you don't get hit, it doesn't matter. So
right,
clearly that's jkoper's plan.
I've been trying to tell MiRai this whole time. He doesn't listen, though. This guy.
Is sometimes you gotta take damage to save time.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta save time to take damage.
They're definitely correlated. As MiRai here still not finding his item room, and when he does find it, he's going to be extremely disappointed.
Lots of exterior rooms in this palace. I think we could use some more exterior rooms. Those are fun.
I mean, I think exterior rooms are cool. Give a little bit of fresh air to the palace.
Oh yeah. Ooh, slick until he got hit. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what we were both talking about, MiRai. You got to stop getting hit.
All right, so MiRai does finally get his candle. He's not going to be happy about the time waste, but jkoper taking a game over, also not going to be happy about his time waste.
This wasn't a blue jar, and heck, I mean, Patronaut Glove is in Death Mountain.
Yeah, I think the biggest impact the candle has is when you're making, if you don't have very much magic or you don't have fairy spell and you're making your way across the Valley of Death, if you have candle and cross, it makes a world of difference versus not having them. No cross, no candle trying to pass through there is just it's a death wish. There's so many invisible enemies that can bop you into the lava so easily.
Yep. And we got lava on jkoper's side. Pretty tame little room here. He's moving on. And these are baby enemies he's getting thrown at him.
Yeah, it's a combination of easy enemies and Attack 4.
It's doing
good work for both of these runners. Attack 4 definitely looks like it's quite a bit stronger than 3 was. As MiRai gets confirmation that he is in 6.
Yep. The windows are a clear giveaway. See, this is what I was talking about. Okay, he got it this time.
Ordinarily, early P6 would suck, but MiRai is just an absolute beast at killing Barba. You see 6 and 7 hit cycles without jump. We're going to see some... Oh, okay, I was going to say... MiRai has been training to do some attempts at the jumpless jackhammer strats.
So hard. You just fall through
we'll probably see him try it a second time, and if he falls in the lava, we're probably going to see him not attempt it for this third try.
It's still risky. I mean, he's only got 3 hearts. Barba does hit pretty hard if you get hit, and of course, getting pushed off. Usually if you fight Barba later, like getting killed by the fireballs isn't really possible, but at this kind of life level, it could happen.
Yep, and as expected, MiRai going back to more conservative strats. Getting good luck on the pit spots, though.
I appreciate the attempt. Oh, you got to be careful now. I don't want to jump through the boss.
Especially when the boss is down to his last. You're going to be very careful.
Yeah. Well, good kill. We saw an early Barba yesterday, and another early Barba today. Very nice.
Yeah, if you do get the double kill where you kill him and fall into the lava at the same time, he does stay dead, but you do not get any experience. And also, in MiRai's case, you will still take a game over and have to walk all the way back. So
Yeah, that would have been very sad.
yeah, and as expected, we're going to see both of these runners check every single one of these palaces, looking for a glove. Or at the very least, we know we still need a magic container in order to be able to access the basement. We may need some more levels. I don't know if Spell is... I guess Spell is definitely cast because we saw jkoper cast it. Oh, there's the blue jar we mentioned.
That's the big middle finger from the game, telling you it wants you to go away.
Okay,
fortunately, it's that award-winning room that you can see the jar from the other side, but you can't get it there. So they got a preview without having to dig too deep.
Yeah, there's a few rooms like that, and most of them suffer from a bug that is still live in this version.
Oh, no.
But both of our owners are very familiar with the item despawning bug and will avoid it.
All right, so Koper is going to be making his attempt on Barba. I expect a nice, clean fight. No hitting under the... does Barba have anything that I could say not to hit under? I mean, the head, I guess.
Yeah, hitting under the head, not going to be great. Headshots, the only thing that deal damage.
Sting like a butterfly. No, that's not right. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee?
Yeah. jkoper not quite getting as many hits in as MiRai, but still some pretty good 5 and 6 hit cycles.
That was kind of close right there. He almost dropped onto a fireball, which would have been bad at his current life level, but he does finish off Barba here. So excellent. And he gets 2 levels here. I think he's going to take... Oh, well...
He could take attack, or he could take magic and life.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he could get a 3rd level here too. He could get magic 5 and life 6 if he pushes on. It looks like that's what he's going to do.
He will see the item in a few minutes or in a few seconds.
Yeah, he's got 2 lives remaining, so he's definitely not going to get out of here early.
So yeah, he is going to take a little bit of a penalty here in terms of time from making this dive and then going back to the statue, but he will be able to preserve his levels, which can be important. Oh gosh. Yeah. All right, there we go.
Shield spell definitely proving valuable. Yeah. Right. Well, I think one thing Koper may be considering here is that Barba was so close to start that if he does find the item, it may be faster at that point to up A. But no, he's just going to go back and place it. Now, we'll see if he keeps continuing to check for the item here. If he does, he's going to be disappointed. If he doesn't, he's going to pick up some time.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be the biggest gamble to make to skip out on the item on P6. Because they really only need the glove, right? They've got the Thunder Spell. They could need Fairy. Do we have any idea on if anything's required for Fairy yet?
jkoper has the Fairy Spell. So no, nothing is required. I believe it's just in Firetown.
So yeah, they only really need the glove. And that sure, it could be in 6, but the chances of that are relatively slim. If you're playing the odds, you can up an A out of there.
Yep. jkoper deciding to go back to the east. Doesn't want to clear 1 right now. He does know that his glove definitely isn't. I like this in the sense in the sense that he does know his glove definitely isn't in 1 because he has the hint that it's the candle. Right. And if you know you need the glove, then you shouldn't go into palaces that might potentially be glove blocked that definitely don't contain the glove.
Mm-hmm. And he just picked up another magic container. I was going to say there's even if there was a magic container in P6 that would allow him to go into the old lady's house.
Yes, and now he'll
there
be able
are
to
two
go
more,
back.
so yeah.
He'll be able to go back and get 2 items out of New Kasuto, which isn't too far away. And
yeah, that'd be a good get. All right, MiRai talking to the thirsty ladies. You got to get the water first. You can't just go up there and look, buddy.
She's thirsty. She's not desperate.
Yeah, exactly. Thinks he can just flash a smile and that's it? No. You got to put some work into it, buddy.
All right, MiRai has picked up his fairy spell as well. And so now we are certifiably, solidly in a glove hunt once again.
Did jkoper not check the three-eyed rock? Or they checked it much earlier. Never mind. They must have checked it much earlier.
I don't remember what was in it, but not anything useful. jkoper making his way back to what I believe is New Kasuto. Makes sense.
There could be. I mean, this is a big play if it's a New Kasuto. I mean, it's an obvious play. It's not a gamble, but 2 item locations, and if one of them is the glove, then you can pretty much stop looking for items at that point.
Yeah, MiRai gonna check Thread Rock. I don't think he checked it before, so we're gonna get eyes on it, having forgotten. No, it is one of the palaces, and it is.
Right? They beat 2, so.
Yeah, so it's definitely 5. 4/5/5 with shield spell for containers should be perfectly fine for MiRai.
Yeah, considering what he tried to do to Barba earlier, I wonder if he's going to try to get inside Guma's hitbox.
But it probably depends on how early in the palace Guma is.
Yeah.
If Guma's like right here, then yeah, sure, go crazy, because even if you do take a game over, like, who cares? But like once Guma's like 15 or 20 rooms into the palace, you're sort of like, oh man, I absolutely don't want to take any risks whatsoever here.
And you know what? I think this is kind of an important thing to note. You know, you might look at these guys and say, oh yeah, MiRai and jkoper, these guys are obviously the best. They're going to be better than everyone else at everything. That's not actually true. These guys, they practice a lot of techniques, but they don't have full mastery over every technique. I don't think that MiRai has done a lot of practicing getting into Boss Guma's hitbox. I don't think I've seen him do it in a game consistently. So there are other racers out there that have, you know, certain techniques that others don't, and that also means that if you're thinking about getting into the race, it's not like you're going up against some Iron Man, some Colossus. I mean, we're just talking about MiRai here, so you don't have to worry about it too much.
Yeah, you know, it's he does physically resemble those things.
Yeah.
Okay, MiRai finding the item here in 5. We're gonna see if this is the glove. If it is, good news for him. Instead, uppy bag.
Oh, nice, Aaron.
All right, jkoper made his way to Death Mountain here. This could be good. There's 2 items in here that shouldn't be too hard to find.
That's interesting. jkoper has the cross. MiRai has the candle. So
you kind of want both of those if you're gonna, you know, put them together to see some Moas. But
and the funny part is jkoper knows exactly where the candle is, and he's not gonna go get it.
And
probably.
And jkoper not gonna look for Hammer Cave. He definitely could, but deciding against it. Just did a quick check for the rock because it was easy to find. Yeah. Checked it, not there. He's gonna find desert tile here.
Good. That's excellent. No more checking deserts.
I like this decision for jkoper to prioritize these, you know, fairly easy overworld checks instead of going and digging more palaces. Unfortunately, so far they have paid off with a lot of nothing. I say as he gets the glove. The classic commentator's blessing.
Well, yeah, excellently done. Thank you for you know, sowing the seed by obviously giving one of the racers you know, a boost. I don't know.
We just want to see game 3, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely far from over with jkoper finding that glove. You know, when MiRai does, you know, he found the item cave. He found the item here in P5 accidentally, so it wasn't like he spent a lot of time after the boss looking for it. And this P5, you got to clear all the palaces anyway. So MiRai not losing a ton of time here. The only thing that's really going to cost him is if this P5 is glove blocked.
Yeah, I don't know. He's going to check MiRai. I'm sorry, he's going to check P5 for the item, and that's going to cost him time. And then he's going to check P4 for the item, and that's going to cost him time.
MiRai found the item in P5 already.
Oh, never mind. And he might end up, doing more exploration of the east before doing the other stuff. So, yeah, it's potentially not actually a time loss yet. So
yeah, the item I believe was just a couple 100 points.
He's trying to collect a few more. Looks like.
Yeah, I mean it's only 1200 to his next level. I mean he did take it up A, and burn all those points away, but
Well, yeah, he could possibly make it 1200. If he does, he could maybe. I mean, he'd have to cross another threshold, probably like 1450 or something for Magic 6, something like that. And then I think
it is
2100
Magic 6. The next level is going to be at 1980 because we can see it on the jkoper screen.
Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, I don't think MiRai is going to be coming out of here with attack 5, which is a bit sad for me, but apparently I'm the only one who cares about attack levels.
Yeah. So jkoper entered A palace. This is not the same one as MiRai is in, but I didn't quite catch which one it is.
Yeah, I am a bit sad that we don't have required Death Mountain now.
Okay, so it's P4. We got confirmation on that from that pillar there.
Nice. Need more magic than that, but
yeah, I mean jkoper with Magic 5 and 7 containers should be in pretty good shape.
Yeah. He'll just take a death if he finds the bitty boss.
Yeah, MiRai unfortunately has been in this 5 for some time. You sort of go right a whole bunch, and then there's this elevator that goes up and down, and each way you go has a path left or right, and it's sort of like, oh man, this is right. Like, where am I going? What am I doing?
Oh, now that I think about it, this is kind of a big Zelda week, isn't it? I mean, like we got Tears of the Kingdom coming out on Friday, right?
Yeah, we also had the finals of the random percent tournament for Z1 just concluded.
Awesome, yes. I don't think that was planned by anyone. It's not like, well, to be honest, Tresco does have an in with Shigeru Miyamoto, right? So
yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
Definitely anyone expecting a bunch of development from Z2 over the next week or so. I think basically the entire Discord is going to be playing Tears of the Kingdom. MiRai does finally find his way here to Guma, and yeah, as expected, I was mentioning before, you find Guma 20 rooms in. MiRai is just playing it safe here.
I hate these safe strats. It makes me so nervous. See, look. All right, now I'm being dumb. But safe strats to me, which is the bounding up and away and then bounding back, like it's good if you keep perfect time, but if you don't keep perfect time, it can sort of slowly get you out of sync with the hammer.
Yeah, I do safe stats a little bit differently than most runners. I like to do a jumping, like a downward stab. Mm-hmm. And if you time it so that you're coming in as the mace is ending, you can get a couple hits in. MiRai really not happy with that miss there. He's
buddy, oh my gosh.
And this Guma is tanky.
Yeah. Pack 4 is not cutting it. Okay, I think we have a very healthy Guma here, but wow, that's 4 hits per bar, and he can't get hit once more. He's got plenty of life. He's taken like 2 or 3 hits so far and survived it, but
yeah, he's getting himself into the pattern now. But Guma's a big troll. He could always back up. He could always disrupt your pattern.
Yeah. Open, meanwhile, head under these Stalfos, continuing on into P4, finds the item. it's another magic container. That'll be the last magic container for jkoper. I say, yeah, it's go for it, man. Like,
yeah,
magic's useful.
MiRai does successfully take down Guma and gets 300 points, which I believe is minimum.
Well, wouldn't have done him much good anyway, with his next being 1980.
Yeah, it's just a nice kick in the butt to say, yeah, congratulations, you did it. Here's your nothing.
And he's all right. So now his next level will be attack, which is reassuring to me.
All right, so now jkoper a little bit mired in this P4, looking for the boss. Where's MiRai going to go? How soon is he going to find the glove? These are important questions.
Yeah, Star is saying it started them with one arc container, and now look at these guys. It's like they don't even care about getting hit anymore.
Yeah, and I think one of jkoper's containers and one of MiRai's containers are different containers. I think we may have seen 5 already.
Wow.
Yeah, this room that the item room in P4 here for jkoper was the most annoying one to fix the item despawning bug for, as MiRai unfortunately goes to pick up a spell that he already has.
And jkoper casting Thunder to kill those 2 Stalfos so that he could get his attack 5 and up an A with a nice fresh start instead of just dropping 2,000 experience on the floor. So MiRai does have the level advantage right now, if that means anything. At least I think he does. I would consider, with as many magic containers... Oh, nice.
Get the swag beam pickup.
Yeah. A 500-point P-bag's not nothing either.
This town is the only place in the game where you can pick up a P-bag with a beam.
It's very swag.
I have absolutely no idea why that is the case.
Wait, whoa, hold on a second. What if that could be a learnable technique from a knight in a town?
Get pick up things with beam replaces fire spell.
Yeah. Or no, just permanently, because like that's not worth casting.
Yeah, link it to upstab.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Koper does eventually finish what has to have been a full clear of P4. And man, MiRai is going through the Valley of Death. He does not want to do these overworld checks in the East. He's maybe he feels behind or something, but he's convinced that his glove is going to be in one of these palaces.
Yeah, oops. That's... Oh my god. You did it again, MiRai. The same thing. What are you doing?
The first death was intentional. He was just trying to get his magic back for Fairy. The second death, a little bit less intentional.
Yeah.
You do sometimes have to when you're trying to kill yourself by jumping in the pit. You do sometimes need to stab or shoot a beam or something, because the enemies will attempt to jump at you and bop you back onto the platform. It's happened a number of times. They're like, no, don't do it, Link. You have so much to live for.
For the swag pickup in the town, if you cast fire, can you pick it up from even further away?
I don't know. That'd be a thing to try out. But MiRai has found what we know definitely has to be 3, because it's the last palace left. As jkoper is back on the west, looking for something. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Maybe the reason he didn't do P1 is he didn't find P1 before. If that's the case, he's going to find it pretty shortly here. And this is the worst case scenario for MiRai. MiRai finding Rebo basically immediately here in P3, but that means that when jkoper comes in here, he's going to be in and out in no time. But MiRai is going to almost certainly end up digging out this item that we know is definitely not the glove.
Yeah, I mean, P3 is usually one of the... I think it's like the second shortest palace, usually.
Yeah, P3 is the second shortest. P1 is the shortest. 2 and 4 are tied.
So, in MiRai's head, he's thinking, well, I could check Overworld, but I'm here in the second shortest palace, so I'm going to check it.
Yeah.
And that makes a certain kind of sense, but we know that's not the right answer.
Yeah, and MiRai does quickly get a 500 bag. He wanted... life 7 instead of Tech 5.
Oh my god, this guy's gonna be the death of me. I thought I trained him. I thought I told him don't get hit and get attack levels, and just go on life 1 since you're not getting hit, and you'll be fine. But
I mean, Life 7 is a nice insurance policy against the cruelty of a really nasty GP, and MiRai has found our item room here. He's going to have to fight another Rebo for it, but...
what's it going to be? It's going to be like medicine probably, right?
Yeah, definitely could be medicine. Not a ton else. It could be a hard container. I hope that.
I'm hoping not, but...
Could also be, what is probably the most likely case, is 200 points.
Oh wait, how many hard containers can it place? Is it a maximum of 4, or can it place up to 7? Oh my gosh!
Okay. It can place up to 7. What happens is if it needs to place more than 4 additional hard containers, it starts to eat up the
minor items.
Yeah, the minor items, the things that would normally be in P-Bag Cave and whatnot. In fact, that's the source of one of the bugs that we found just recently. If you have P-Bag Shuffle off, it still shoves those extra items into the P-Bag Caves. And that could cause really nasty issues with the logic.
Oh, well, that's a good find. So we started off with 1 hard container, and if you're correct about what you said earlier about MiRai and jkoper possibly having a hard container that's not in common with each other, and MiRai, oh wow, MiRai.
Yeah, MiRai with the candle and not the cross. It says suddenly mowed.
I think he stabbed and he pinged off of it.
Yeah, he does not have another life here.
Oh gosh. Well, that might convince him to search the overworld.
Yeah, and this is what we were saying earlier about this being what really sucks for MiRai is that jkoper has already found Rebo and he knows he's in go mode, so he's just gonna blast it and be out of here.
I think that Moa is invulnerable. I think stabbing it is a bad idea.
Invulnerable Moas are perhaps the cruelest trick the randomizer can do.
Yeah, but it's the best gift that the randomizer gifted me as a commentator.
It's just a magical, floating, invisible ball of damage. Yeah. All right, MiRai is starting to do these overworld checks, so assuming that he finishes them up, he is going to have his glove fairly shortly here. He is still a full palace ahead of jkoper. How quickly will he find the glove? How quickly will jkoper clear these palaces? We know P1 was fairly short. MiRai spent a long time in 5, though, and we'll see if Koper spends the same.
He's shaking his head. He doesn't want the magic container, but the irony is that jkoper not only has the glove, but he also has every magic container.
Yeah, and MiRai knows, even though it's not what he wants to see, he has to pick it up because he still hasn't gotten the basement item in New Kasuto.
Well, you know what? There you go. That could lead him in the direction of New Kasuto, and the water tile is not terribly far from there, right?
I think they're in opposite directions.
Okay, well.
I think New Kasuto is in the west end of this, but it's not very far from where he was, so it's not going to cost him a ton of time to check it. But I think the water tile and the desert tile are both all the way in the east end of this east as jkoper has walked a couple rooms into this P1 and taken down a horse head.
Yep. No need to check for items. No need to get the candle. He knows the candle's here. Could go well with his cross, but he just has one more palace to do, and he knows where GP is, which is like the easiest palace to get to in the game. Just up in A, go to Maze Island, go to the palace. Easy peasy.
Where are you going, MiRai?
He's going to, like...
He hasn't found Death Mountain yet. And he thinks that he was checking to see if there was another connector here leading to Death Mountain. But he just hasn't found how to get to the second. I think the way that jkoper found to get to the second half the eastern end of the east, you have to like go down to the south in a particular spot and like walk across some water. I don't remember exactly where it was, but MiRai just hasn't found this connection that jkoper found that leads to the desert tile and the water tile that he needs to find.
Well, we're all looking for connections, and jkoper found us first, but there's still hope for MiRai.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely possible, but time is ticking away.
Yeah, yeah. Poor guys. Lost his hair already, and
Okay, so MiRai going through this pass through, and this very easily could be it because it's going to lead him down south, and that should lead him across. So I think this is going to lead him towards his glove, but it's probably going to end up being a foot race between jkoper and MiRai to see who could complete their palaces 4 or 5 first.
Yep. Well, I think Coper's got it. I think he's going to finish P5 before MiRai finishes P4.
It's possible. Again, it took MiRai a really long time to do this P4, although unfortunately MiRai has found Death Mountain, and he's going to go grab this, what I believe is another magic container.
Yeah, I think so, and he might look for the Hammer Cave. Sorry, cross.
It's just a cross, yep. As MiRai rapidly approaching tracker percent. We haven't seen anyone get tracker percent in a while, so this could be the race.
Full Josh ED.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if you can get full Josh ED unless there's all eight hearts are there.
That's true. Well, MiRai,
I mean, it still could be. We don't know. We haven't seen everything.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
All right, MiRai abandoning, not looking for Hammer Cave.
Replacing one of the lives in GP with a heart? That'd be pretty swag.
Yeah, we could do that. One of the things that has been suggested is having multiple of the same item available.
Multiple of the same item? Oh, okay. Yeah, so like 2 places the glove could be.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
It actually works pretty well. I mean, you gotta monkey the logic a little bit, but
because of how New Game Plus works, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense that the game would be resilient enough for that, because they did that. That's cool.
Yeah. So okay, so MiRai has successfully found his glove. He found P4, which was right next door. So jkoper with a little bit of a head start in this palace exploration race, but MiRai with the advantage of having a shorter palace.
Right. All right. Well, I mean, it's not in anyone's bag quite yet. I thought that MiRai might explore a little bit more of Death Mountain.
Yeah, not exploring Death Mountain for both of these runners turned out to be a pretty good choice.
That's the worst case scenario for me, though. I love Death Mountain.
Canyon Death Mountain is definitely very kind as far as Death Mountain goes. Well, sorry, Canyon Death Mountain is very kind when you have the boots. When you don't have the boots, it's a nightmare.
Islands isn't too bad either.
Wow, and MiRai didn't want to take that right. He wanted to take this elevator, and immediately rewarded with a very quick Karok.
Yeah, I think MiRai does like him some elevators, so it looks like MiRai's actually going to be getting it into GP first. There's no way that jkoper could catch up to MiRai at this point before going into GP itself.
Yeah, well, and this is the thing I was talking about before, is that MiRai took what I think is a pretty natural route through this P5, and jkoper is taking pretty much the same route, right? He went right, he hit that giant connection of forks, he took the first path until it dead-ended, he up-A'd, checked out that left, and now he's going to go back to that junction again. And unfortunately, MiRai took a long time in this P5, and jkoper is taking exactly the same amount of time on the same route.
Now, far be it for me to say, I think burning that gem might end up biting MiRai in the butt, because there's often a big difference between attack 4 and 5.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do it, but MiRai, this is how MiRai practices. MiRai does a lot of practice with attack 6 max with experience scaling on, so it's basically impossible. Like it's hard, very hard for him to go past attack 4, and so this is his comfort zone. This is where he likes to be.
Sure, but I mean the boss fights will go faster if you got.
Yeah, the thing it is true that higher attack levels do as much, if not more, damage. So,
well, I mean, I Thunderbird might not even come up. This is Max Rando, and a lot of the other enemies you can cheese or you can avoid. So and you know, I've never really. Yeah, I'm a little peon compared to MiRai when it comes to racing. So
Worth noting, I don't think either of our runners grabbed upstab.
right,
They both have
right.
jumps, so you can do that kind of nonsense that MiRai is doing to skip most of the upstabs. There is still one room that you cannot skip with upstab. Or rather, you can't skip upstab in. You definitely 100% need it, as MiRai has discovered a loop.
Was that a loop from the second room to the second room or something like that?
Yeah, it sort of you go around it. Basically, you go around in a circle, which means this down elevator is forced, which means Thunderbird going to be required here.
Yep. Which means he's going to take a little bit of an attack penalty tax here.
I'm surprised he didn't take an up A when he was back and start to refill his magic, but does get the jar from the statue to.
That was cool. I hate looking in those jars that you have to cast a spell to even get a 50-50 chance.
Yeah, they're not a thing that I would probably put into the game if I was designing rooms, but those are vanilla, so.
Yeah. Well, that room in particular isn't vanilla, but in general.
Sure. But I think it's just a reflection of a. Yeah. That concept is still there, but there's still things like invisible walls that I think we're likely to see too many invisible walls in any new rooms.
Yeah, I know Digshake basically forbade new rooms with invisible walls, which is why you don't see any from the room jam.
And I think he was right.
Yeah.
I think invisible walls are dumb, and
yes.
Again, the ones that are in vanilla are there, and people, presumably don't want them from vanilla, but I don't think we need to be adding anymore.
Maybe if there was like a guaranteed NPC that.
Yeah, that told you about it.
But that's a lot of work to make something that shouldn't even happen.
All right, MiRai has killed T-Bird. jkoper has a 6 gem up, and he's going to be at 668 instead of MiRai's 467. So he's going to have a substantial experience advantage.
Did you say attack 6? That's wow. Yeah, that's a big improvement. But MiRai does have at least a 4-minute lead. But the thing is, jkoper can just go straight down there and kill a boss and be caught up.
He's having some problems here.
Yeah,
trying to do this clip because he screwed up the jump and he's just gonna reset it.
Well, I hate these kind of jumps. I'm no good at this sort of thing, and Coper's catching up. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, you just cast Fairy, right? I know he doesn't want to, but
I mean, he did get Magic 6 for a reason.
All right, jkoper gonna find this route to Thunderbird first. Is he gonna try it? Yeah.
Just do it.
I think this makes sense. When you have this big giant level advantage, you see Thunderbird and you're like, well, nobody's better set up to kill this than me. Like, there's no way my opponent's on better than 668.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing when you have like sort of a modus operandi that you have, or I mean, jkoper is going to know that MiRai is not going to have attack 6. That's just not the way that MiRai plays. And the better you know these racers, the more you can sort of intuit what they're going to do in any particular race, which can give you a meta advantage, even if you don't have any outside information about what's going on in the race. It's kind of like one of those subtle things that can be very interesting for the game.
We've got a required fairy room here, but MiRai with enough magic to be able to get past no problem.
Yep. Fortunately, he didn't. Yeah, not casting fairy in that first room was good. In that case, he has all his lives still, just barely.
Yeah. So what jkoper is hoping. I mean, he doesn't know this, but we are going to need to see for jkoper to have a chance here is a fork. If this is just a linear path all the way to Darklink, MiRai is likely to stay the whole time.
Where'd the rest of the palace go?
Remember when I had commentator's blessings? Where is the rest of the palace? That is an excellent question.
What the heck?
Was there even a fork?
I don't think so. Maybe it's
Was this mid GP?
I
I have to look into this one. This is.
I think it might have been on the other side of the loop, but since it looped, you didn't get to see it or something like that.
MiRai taking a death here on Dark Lake, and man, taking a death on Dark Lake has to be terrifying to him right now because just yesterday, a death on Dark Lake would have lost him the race. jkoper was entering the room as MiRai finished.
And jkoper really isn't that far behind even right now, so... Oh, man, he's not wrong to be worried.
Yeah, unfortunately for jkoper, MiRai has plenty of free resources.
Yeah.
And MiRai is going to be your winner of the 2023 Zelda 2 Randomizer Max Rando tournament.
Yeah.
Put your GGs in chat.
Not just the tiny GGs, for the race. Get your GGs for the whole tournament. The biggest Gs you have. If you've been saving them up, if you've been keeping them in the bank, earning interest on your Gs, put all of that into the chat, please. Thank you very much. Excellent Gs. I see we have some good Gs out here. Preheat the oven. Yep, preheat the oven. Yeah, no, Irene, seriously, I didn't see a fork.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that one as we got jkoper finishing with a official time 1:01:30. So a little less than 60 seconds difference between them.
All right, Slamu redeeming some bits for a message. Congrats to MiRai. Guy has grinded like a madman for over a year and it pays off. You're absolutely right. I tease MiRai all the time. You guys hear me, but it's just because we calm together, and so we're kind of used to giving each other shit. But MiRai he's a great dude. He has worked really hard. And he did get the win, but it's not by a lot. jkoper finishing just a few seconds ago. So well done to both of our racers. Both of these were very close races in their time. Yeah, less than a minute between MiRai and jkoper. An hour 37 seconds versus an hour 1 minute and 30 seconds. So less than a minute this time, less than 30 seconds last time. Great races. These guys are both excellent. And another redeemed chat by Supernova. GG preheat the oven. Let's go MiRai. GG's jkoper. And Mint redeeming, saying very nice. Thank you all for those redemptions. And yeah, thank you all for watching. We're gonna get these guys in the booth and almost at the same time. Sorry, I just talked a lot.
It's all good. We're just waiting for everybody to get ready, setting up their equipment. MiRai likes to wait for the credits to finish for his recording.
Sense. It makes sense. I know Irene makes sprites too, and it's nice when you're using a custom sprite, or I don't know, MiRai's not, but it's nice to see the ending play out because sometimes it's kind of cool to show off the art, or just because you're a completionist,
Sometimes we get some extras. We know that Trogdor comes in the night. It's a very important bit of lore.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got both of our runners dragged down here. GG to both of you.
Thank you. GG. jkoper.
GG.
Wow, guys. I can't even, I didn't get to watch live yesterday. So I watched before I came in today, your last night's game. And both of these races were so close. 22 seconds yesterday. What was it? 57 seconds today. Sorry, 53 seconds today, something like that. Extremely close races. There was not much of a margin in either of these two, so both of you guys have everything to be proud of about your performance.
Yeah, I think yesterday was better for me. Today I just went the right way in GP, and that probably made up a lot of time.
You'd be
I'm
surprised.
guessing. What's that?
You'd be surprised. Left and right looped each other.
I don't know where that GP was. Where was the rest of that GP? MiRai, I think you saw all of it, and there just wasn't any.
No, there was if you went down and right at start, there was another junction.
Okay.
Yeah, before Thunderbird's Junction.
Because we were where's the rooms?
Sorry for interrupting you, jkoper. It's just we were so thrown off by this GP. We were like, where's the rest of it?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I saw the minimum number of rooms.
Yeah, you did.
Just went directly to Dark Link. So, yeah, that was cool. There was some frustrating stuff at times in the seed. Obviously, we started with 1 heart and a couple deaths in the beginning. I was thinking I had the glove and not the flute. I gotta work out a better system for keeping track of my items at the start. Like, there's way too much to remember, and I just try to remember all of it, and yeah, that doesn't work. But I don't know how much that hurt me, because I like doing 5 at the end was nice, instead of earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping track of all of the connectors was a little confusing because there's 2 cave connectors, and it's just tough to keep track of those. But anyway, I don't know that there's too much else interesting about this one. Like, seemed mostly fairly straightforward, I think.
One of the interesting, I'm gonna give this up in a second, but since MiRai doesn't know exactly what happened here, neither of you guys do. jkoper, you found the glove first, which allowed you to make up a lot of time. Well, a significant amount of time compared to MiRai. He checked more palaces than you, and so that's kind of one of the cool things about races like this, where two racers, they go off in different directions, they do different things, they end up like so close to each other in the end. So yeah, it was just a very different path you guys took through it. So it was interesting for us. Sorry, I'm gonna let you talk now, Mr. MiRai.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess first of all, are there any questions? Any questionable moves that I made where you're like, why did you do that? Because I don't know if I have an answer for that, but
I mean,
I think Ellender's lighting up there.
I think the way you played through it was fine. I know not finding that path down to the bottom of the east was a bit concerning. Both of you found Death Mountain, went west to grab the rock real quick, and then passed up looking for the hammer. And either one of you going and looking for a hammer cave could have been the difference one way or the other.
Yeah, that would have been more than a minute probably. And gosh, jkoper did Death Mountain toward the beginning of the race. MiRai did Death Mountain toward the end of the race. And you guys both pretty much went the same direction, did the same thing, and left at the same, after the same amount of exploration.
Yeah, the P5 was also really, really rough for both of you. I think you both took exactly the same route, and it was long.
Like a last location of Guma.
Yeah, I feel like I might have had one more branch left. Like, there was one more left that I didn't take, I believe. So I don't know.
Aaron asking if any of the first 6 palaces were glove blocked. I don't think any were they?
I definitely went through a glove block. I don't know if it was required or not, because I don't remember.
I mean, I made it through all of them but 4, and I don't remember. No, 4 wouldn't have had a glove block because Karak was in the first elevator to the right, going right. So I don't think there were any glove blocks on the way to Karak. So I'm going to say no glove blocks.
That's interesting. So you did 5 palaces before you got the glove?
Yeah, and I dug the items out of all of them.
Yeah, I found most of the items in the palaces anyway. They were largely on the way. I don't think I got the one out of 6. Probably that's the biggest one.
I guess I didn't get the one out of 4 because I already had the glove just right outside of 4 there.
Right, obviously.
But I went Maze Island. Did you go Maze Island right off the bat, just left to start?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
that
was the second heart
pretty much, yeah. After I had already game overed in the magic container cave.
Oh, okay.
Then I did that.
All right, I did that. I saw mountains there. I was like, let me just check left real fast before I go anywhere else. And sure enough, it was Maze Island. And the first item was nothing. I don't remember. And the second item was a heart. And I was like, that's going to help. But then there were hearts everywhere. So ultimately, I think I ended up with at least 6 hearts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I had 4. I did have, I think, 8 magic containers.
Maybe I had 5 hearts total. I think I found 4.
Yeah, MiRai, I think you had 5. jkoper, I think you had 4. And you didn't have all the same hearts as each other, so I think there was a total of 6, or well, that we saw. There were other locations that it could have been in.
Yeah, I mean the only things I didn't see were Hammer Cave, Sunken Peabag Cave, and the item in 4. So
yeah, I didn't go back into Spelltown. That was certainly something I was considering. But then I got the glove, and I realized I had the flute, and then I didn't need anything else. So yeah, I stopped checking locations at that point. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I went east early on, and I saw all the towns but Fairy Town right there, and then I game over in a lava encounter, I think, something like that, and I missed Risen, and I forget what I think that was a magic container, and that's what got me my 6th container to check Spelltown. I double dipped into New Kasuto for the spell tower, which was a pea bag, and then the basement, which I have no idea what it was. It wasn't the glove, I can tell you that much. But I was on a hard glove hunt. I don't remember what it was. It doesn't matter. But forgot that spell came from Spelltown today, and went and checked the spell because I was like, this is Dash. I got to get this. And no, it wasn't Dash. I need to learn how to read my spell book better, and realized that Darunia was Dash again. And I almost went in for upstab there at the end, and I was just like, you know what? Let's just gamble on that one S curve or two shaped block, that it's not going to be from the bottom side if we see it. And sure enough, I did not see one of those. But yeah, missing Fairy. I was a little concerned because I game over and came back to the west, and then I was just like, well, I got to get a bunch of spells on the west here. So let's just look around, and I found Grass Tile a little late, I feel. It was kind of in the middle of that islands biome, and I found it a little late. That was the magic key, and had I had that a lot earlier, I would have obviously been digging at the palaces. Or if I had Fairy from the east, I might have been digging into 1 and 2 that we saw right there very early on, and 6 was on the west as well. But man, I just, I don't know. Nerve-wracking. 6 gems, but I mean, 6 gems is a lot more comfortable than, a a 0 or 1 gem or even a 2 gemmer at that point. It's just, I'm glad all the gems were found for this particular race here.
Yeah, you were. It was a little nerve wracking. We saw you, pacing a little bit before the start of the race, and I was pretty sure you're about to reach your hands into a container of chalk and start, chalking up your hands and stuff like that. Check your bindings, all that sort of stuff. You seemed ready to go, man.
I do that now because if I end up sitting in the chair before the race starts, I don't know. I like to keep the blood moving, and then you sit down and the blood never stops moving because then it's race time. The timer's going and everything. If you're just sitting there waiting for the race to go, you got nothing to do but stare at the window. And it's just like, well, I'd rather just kind of be, keeping loose and making sure the blood is, again, flowing. So yeah, that's the new strat, is to just kind of stand up and wait until the timer essentially starts to go. But because I would have been sitting there, and jkoper had to go AFK there right at the beginning, right after we rolled and right before we would have started, and then I would have been sitting there in the chair just getting comfy and tired and yawning, and it's not a good way to start the races.
Yeah, I'm really sorry again to do that to you. Some things can't wait.
Icing the kicker.
Yeah, I'm my bad.
Look, jkoper. We were, it was just 5 minutes. It's not a big deal. At least for me. I'm sure MiRai's cool with it too.
I'm on a really, really tight schedule around here. I have to.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I got nothing going on, so I was all good.
Yeah, thanks. yeah. Anyway, this is certainly the style of seed that favors MiRai more. I think having more gems and fewer hearts.
Yeah.
Those are both things that would benefit him a bit more, I think. But yeah. Thanks so much for the tournament. It was fun. I can't believe that both these races in the final were under a minute difference. Maybe almost total, but not quite. And yeah, thanks Alan for putting everything together as always. Thanks.
Yeah, Star's always restreaming for us too. She's been great.
Yeah. MiRai, Star, Nightcrawler.
Oh, yeah, Elendar's been working on. Yeah,
yes.
He's been doing a lot of work on the randomizer and doing a lot of comms, so he's the man.
Yeah, I'm excited for a version of the randomizer that doesn't have some of the bugs that we've been dealing with.
I mean, there is a public release of the new version out that has different bugs. If you're interested,
I don't know that I'm on like a bug hunt.
It's fine. We're working on stomping them all out anyway. So
some bugs are interesting to experience once or twice.
Like the magic carpet.
Oh, is that when you hit a tile and it like rafts into the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's kind of funny.
That's my favorite bug. I remember when Dig Shake was like, it might be possible to fix, but I'm not fixing it. But we're keeping that bug. It's a good one. Yeah. Excellent stuff. MiRai, you did ask if there was anything that we noticed about your race. Something you did wrong. I don't know if you did it wrong, but you broke my heart when you dropped that when you burned that last gem and you didn't get a attack level 5. You broke my heart.
I would have been burning gems 20 minutes earlier had I not had to look through stupid palaces for items that I didn't need. I would have been, if I had a glove much earlier, those gems would have been on fire much earlier.
Yeah. What did I finish at? Was it 5 or 6? Either way.
6, 5, 6, I think.
I had 4, 6, 7.
I had 6, 7, 8 or something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it was 6, 6, 8 because
6, 6, 8.
You guys were counting on it.
See, you say that it benefits me here. Maybe the low resource start benefited me, but I felt that 6 gems was going to give you all the levels that you wanted out of a seed. So I'm thinking he's going to have a ton of attack levels, and you're just going to be blowing through things. That if it comes down to having to fight any birds along the way in GP, that you'll be able to just cut through them much easier than I usually will, because I usually stop at about attack 4, and then with this low hearts like this, I'll pump up a few extra life levels. But with shield in hand as well, or shield in spellbook, that helps a lot. So yeah, I mean, I was I'm thinking that you're going to be taking all the levels. We didn't have any gigantic P bags, but didn't we?
There 500s.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there were some 500s that every now and then, but there are plenty of 200s.
Yeah.
Oh. But you know what I'm sorry. You go, jkoper.
I was just going to say attack 6 was pretty good too. It was attack 7 strength. So
I was just thinking, with how short that palace was, and you guys were within 53 seconds of each other, I think. If the palace had been a normal length GP, the difference in levels, your extra attack levels, might have actually just brought you ahead.
I don't know about all that, but it might have made a difference. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, if MiRai had taken one more wrong turn, for sure that makes a difference.
Yeah.
So
well, I had a really weird Darkling pattern trying to do it the vanilla way, and he was acting real weird, and I was on one hit. And I died, and I'm just staring at the race room thinking, am I going to get jkopered right here? Is this going to be a flip from last night? I'm staring at this thing, and then I finish it, and everyone in my chat is like, dude, it's so close to him. You're kidding me. And I'm looking at the race room. They're like, these 2 rooms behind you. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. It was that close. So yeah, I know obviously it was that close looking at the times, but yeah. I was, I mean, to comment on Nightcrawler's statement, it's like, it really comes down to like the room layouts. If you can skip the birds, the attack levels don't mean a lot, but if you have to fight them, like in a waffle or something, if you don't have a jump spell to get over them, you have to fight through them or something, then low attack levels are going to suck, or having to fight those firebirds that are they just soak up damage. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying you guys both did excellent, and either, there's any number of things that could have happened ever so slightly differently in the seed that could have altered the results one way or the other. And it just so happened that it landed this way, but in both races it was so close, and we're very thankful to have two skilled runners like you guys in the finals here.
Yeah, by all means, jkoper. I didn't know what to expect. We didn't have a lot of races before this for Max Rando, and when you just get random stuff at the start, it's all shuffled. You really, I don't know, you have just no idea. I mean, you made it this far, and we already faced off against each other in a best of 3 previous to this, and it was, that came down to the wire as well. Maybe not to the wire, but it came down to game 3, and I mean, it really can go either way. So, it's just, obviously I'm playing to win. I'm never slouching at this point. Every race, no matter the skill level of my opponent, I'm trying to, play as best as I can. And any little mistakes that I feel I make, it's always, I feel like I'm losing time. And, this is going to cost me. This is going to cost me every little step of the way. Almost game over to Guma as well. That would have been the change in lead there for sure at the end. But, man, I don't know. Yeah, this has been a hell of a tournament, and I know that we keep talking about. I'm sorry, I'm rambling here, but if we keep talking about the low gem seed stuff, and it's very interesting to think, not really dwell on it, but just think about how this could have played out differently for just everyone involved had we not had so many low gem seeds throughout all this, especially right here at the end of the tournament. And I really look forward to next year's potential format change, even in the slightest, if it comes down to giving us at a minimum a few gems every time. That's, I think, is going to give people a lot more comfort that in those areas where it's super stressful, super uncomfortable to do those low gem seeds. And I'm just really glad we had some gems to do something with in this race.
Well, you know what? It's actually pretty interesting because there was that coronation of King Charles earlier on. What was it, this week? And so we actually at Zelda Speedruns, we actually were able to borrow some of their stuff since they finished their party. So when do you want us to roll out the carpet and get the pallbearers and all that stuff ready for you, MiRai? Is there a good
Pallbearers?
time? It's.
Am I going in the casket?
I mean, there was another royal event recently, so I figured we'd just take everything we can and throw it all into one like awards ceremony. And I mean, do you want to? We could go to get those dancing guys if you want.
I thought you were going to say that you took some of the gems from the royal family for tonight.
No.
Yeah, that's how they all ended up in this seed. We took the royal family's gems and put them all in this seed.
It was a gem heist.
Damn. Anyway, congrats so much, MiRai. Obviously, you deserve this. It took you a little bit after coming to the community to start getting into all of the tournaments and stuff, but ever since then, you've been one of the top players, and you certainly deserve a win. So, GG, well done, and glad that we had some exciting races here.
I appreciate the kind words. And, I know you're a veteran of this and many other communities. And again, a formidable opponent. When it comes to Max Rando, I feel that, luck really favors some people sometimes in certain situations. So whether I won or not, it's hard to say. It's hard to, there's a virtual trophy, so to speak, that I'm holding up. But at the same point in time, it's, it always feels like you could have gotten much. You could have myself. I could have been much there could have been much luck that didn't come my way, and I could have been out of this tournament much earlier on. Same as last year's Max Rando tournament, where I've said it 7 times now, I'm sure, but it's like 2-0 Gem Seeds knocked me out of last year's tournament, and it could have been the same thing this year. And it's again, it feels good to be here, but at the same time, definitely some luck played into this. And again, as a formidable opponent as yourself, could have absolutely been in your favor for these last 2 games here. So, yeah, GG to you as well, man. Second place is, I mean, this they're all for top 3 are on a plaque on Challenge, so it's we'll be immortalized there forever.
Awesome, that's great. You think it's you want to step on in here, Star? You think now's a good time?
Yeah, sure enough, I suppose. I was waiting for a good time to join in, but if no one else has any additional thoughts, we can.
I have
wrap it up.
one thing I want to shout out before we go
Sure.
here.
yeah.
Yeah, coming up in just a week or 2. I don't remember the exact date, but we have a tournament, Zelda 2 Upstarts, for new and up and coming runners. So if you wanted to play some Zelda 2, even if you never done a tournament before, this is the perfect chance for you to try your games out. It's a very beginner friendly setup with progressive difficulty. Come on into the Zelda 2 Discord and check us out.
Oh yeah, and I'm sorry to call you in and then and then
Yeah,
say
you're
this
good.
stuff. But if I'm not mistaken, MiRai has a playlist of advice videos and tips and tricks. He probably dresses up in like neon and does like I don't know. It's probably very 80s, and there's probably like VHS marks across the screen and stuff like that. But he does have a lot of good resources on his YouTube channel. If you want to learn some new tricks about the game, there's also some very simple things you can do to improve your game, like just giving yourself infinite magic and a very high or infinite health, and then setting your attack score really low to practice bosses. Set a save state for each one. It can be you can get much better at the game very quickly. I remember when I started playing, I went from like 5-hour seeds to like 2-hour seeds within like 5 games. So if you want to play, it's definitely an accessible tournament for you. Come on in and ask for any help that you need or don't, and we'll be sure to help you out there.
I will neither confirm nor deny anything that Nightcrawler said about me there.
It's probably wise. All right, now go Star. Sorry.
Well, I was going to talk about Upstarts myself, so you covered that. Thanks. It does start on June 4th, to be clear. It will be 6 weeks of varying flags of increasing difficulty. 6 weeks? No, 5 weeks, because... okay, yeah. Oh, no, 6 weeks because I cannot read. Yeah, 6 weeks of flags of increasing difficulty, and then the top 4 will be moving on to a bracket. They'll be moving on to a bracket stage, so to determine like a winner of the tournament. So this should be great fun. Please do join the Discord for more information on that, and we hope to see y'all for those races in a couple of months. In the let's see. GG's again, MiRai and jkoper. Great set of races from you guys. Congrats to MiRai for taking the win this year, and GG's to jkoper on second place.
Thanks, Star.
Thank you.
As well, so please do give both of our runners a follow, as well as my our 2 commentators today, Elendar and Nightcrawler, to our tracker tonight, Izu, and thank you to everyone who's helped out with this tournament. To TH, of course, the tournament admin, to all our runners, to all our commentators, our trackers, and our e-streamers. Thank you all so much, and to everyone in chat for watching. This has been quite a good one. Let's see. Coming up ahead on the ZSR schedule, we do still have the Zelda 2 Vanilla 100 multi-category tournament is ongoing right now. We've got both semifinals matches will be this week. Got Ken Let Me versus Light will be tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and then Unos versus Prisma's Nation will be Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Those will be both on ZSR 2, so go check that out. Go check those out, and of course, Let's see what else got. The Zelda 100% no up and a Battle for Hyrule tournament ongoing. We've got a number of matches for that this week, and a bunch of Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup matches going on still as well. Our current match, and some other varying things going on besides on CSR. So plenty of action to be had still. But that is a wrap for this tournament for this year. Thank you for watching, all. Thank you to everyone for participating, for volunteering, and for watching. And we'll see you another time.